Good morning. I'm going to take you through a quick tutorial on how to put licenses into LAMUM, which stands for License Asset Manager with Usage Monitoring. This whole tutorial takes about 10-15 minutes. So there's 5 steps involved to put in a license. You need to have a vendor name, product or tool name, and then you create a line item, a license line item in LAM, where you specify the vendor, the tool, and the quantity of licenses, i.e. the seats, number of seats. And then it's a simple matter of pointing to the associated FlexLM license file or the associated ported host. We recommend creating a unique tag name for that daemon, because daemon names and ported hosts are cryptic. For a casual user, it doesn't make much sense, but in the usage reporting side, you'd like to have the utilization reported by something that's fairly user-friendly and everybody understands. The last step, step 5, is to parse the license file and select only the features that you need to monitor to see what the utilization is. And I recommend only a few features. There could be 30 features on a license key. You don't need to monitor all 30. If you want to just pick 1 or 2 per line item, the parsing is per line item, per license. The entire process, therefore, only takes about 5 minutes. Now, under vendor and under product and under license, there is a lot of other additional information that you could put in. I'll show you that in a minute. You don't need to do that if you want to just quickly get some licenses in. So this tutorial really focuses on how to quickly just get licenses in and start seeing some utilization data. And it'll take less than 5 minutes for each license. Let me just talk a minute about tag names. Tag names, again, are user-friendly ways of describing the daemon or ported host. If you don't put a tag name in, then the system automatically creates a daemon name, or uses the daemon as the tag name, which is not, like I say, usually user-friendly for casual users. So we recommend putting in a tag name. A tag name is daemon-specific and it's ported host-specific. Some examples would be if the daemon supports multiple products from the same vendor, then the tag name might be just the vendor name, or it might be a vendor at site. If the daemon is a single product, then the tag name could be the product name or the vendor product or vendor product site or some combination thereof. You can mix and match, make it as specific or as general as you like. I'll explain that in a minute in the demo. There's 2 approaches to linking that license. That line item now that you have in there needs to be linked to the associated Flex license file or to the associated ported host. We recommend this first approach, pointing to the license file, because it's easy and fast. And if you do it that way, we will pull in the server daemon port information automatically off of the license key, and it will allow you to select features for monitoring on the usage side of the tool. If you want to put in ported host, then you manually need to create that in the system before you put your licenses in. You just name the server, the daemon, the port, and then the tag name for that daemon and port. And then you can start putting in licenses and selecting that ported host. If you do it using ported host, there's no way to select specific features. For monitoring, you're going to get utilization on all features at that ported host. If you want to do ported host, there is further down this presentation, which we're not going to go into today, but up on our website in the PowerPoint QuickStart tutorial, there is a description of how to put in ported host, or feel free to contact us and we'll walk you through that process. For purposes of this tutorial, though, we're going to focus on putting in a license using the license file method. Before we start putting in licenses, I want to mention we recommend Internet Explorer, and we recommend making the LAMUM installation server, that IP address, that trusted site. It's sort of important to do that so that we can see the full path to the license file. Otherwise, the browser, Internet Explorer, will put in a fake path, and it's not useful. So for purposes of putting in new licenses, use Internet Explorer and make the LAMUM installation a trusted site. And that's pretty simple. You just go to your Internet Explorer, Tools, Internet Options, Security, Trusted Sites, and make that. I'll actually show you that. It would be a lot easier. So this is an Internet Explorer version. You go to Tools, you go to Internet Options, you go to Security, you go to Trusted Sites, click Sites, and make sure that you type in the IP address or the website. We've already done that here. Make sure that's in there. Make sure this box is unchecked, and close, and you're done. What that does is allow you to see the full path. Now, for purposes of putting in new licenses, we recommend Internet Explorer, the Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, and so forth. We have no way of getting around that. So for purposes of putting in licenses, use Internet Explorer. After the licenses are in, you're free to use whatever browser you want. So I think that covers everything from our presentation. Again, if you need help at any point during this process, please feel free to contact us at support@tmeda.com. Our phone number is 603-656-5200. So now let's go live. This is LAM, and let's put in a few licenses. You should, at this point, have your software installed, and you should be able to point to the Licenses tab, and this will be blank. In this is my demo, so I have a bunch of other stuff already in here, but imagine that this is blank, and the way you start is click on the Licenses tab and click Add New Line Item. So again, in this example, since it's a demo, I already have a bunch of vendors in here, but again, this will be blank when you get your version. Actually, it'll have Team EDA in there, but other than that, you need to add a new vendor. So let's add a new vendor. Let's call the new vendor Platform. And there's a lot of other information you can put in here about platform, site, location, addresses, phone numbers, and so forth, but we're going to skip over that right now. So now we have a vendor Platform. Now we need a tool, a product. What did you buy from Platform? Again, this will be blank. You won't have anything in here. So let's add a new tool. We'll call the tool LSF. You have places for part number, price, tool, discipline even. There's a whole list of disciplines. What does the tool do? What does the product do? You can define that as well. But for purposes of this tutorial, we're just going to put in the products. We got the vendor, the product. You can put in the date acquired, the expiration date if you want. We will see the expiration date right off the license key. And then the quantity, I know that this is 13, but you can put in 1. You do need something. Red, it means you'd have to put something in there. You can put 1 if you don't know anything else, but I know it's 13. And then that's it. There's other things you can put in about licenses here, like PO number, version numbers, tool types, normal, spare, production, purchase types, how you bought it. You can put in dollars if you like, who's the person that installs it, who's the person that's responsible. This information is really useful, but you don't need to do it right now. License number, notes. What we are going to do is let's select the restriction. We have lots of options here. You can make up your own unique names for restriction, but let's just call this LAN Chelmsford. Its license is for LAN Chelmsford. And then you can actually pick daemon, port and host, or license file. Again, in this demo this tutorial, we're going to use license files. So let's select. Again, when you're new, when you get your new installation, this is all going to be blank. You're not going to have any license files defined yet. But let's go ahead and add a new license file. We're looking for the LSF, Platform LSF license file, and we can either type it in by text field. We can just type the path if we know it, or we can use File Chooser and browse to it. I know in my demo, in my system, I have all my license files under License Samples, and it's an LSF license file. So I click that, and it puts in the complete path to that license file, and I'll submit that. So now we see here's the path to the license file for LSF. It's already selected, and so I can just submit this now. And we've read the license file. LAM has just gone in. Here's the license file, where it's located, the server port information. We read that right off the license key. We've just imported that information as well as the daemon name into our system. I'll show you that in a minute. And there's 10 features on this license, in this license file. So I'll close that for now. I'm done. As far as putting in the license, a line item, I just entered LSF. This is the line item right here that I just put in, LSF 13, LAN, Chelmsford, so forth and so on. So I do have that new server, Tsunami, and if I click on Tsunami, I have that new daemon. This is just imported, and the port number, and the vendor. What I don't have is a tag name yet for the daemon, so let's go ahead and edit this and add a tag name. So this could be anything I want, but let's just call it LSF Chelmsford, because that's something everybody can understand. And so now I have a new tag name, and the data over on the usage monitoring side then will be showing up under LSF Chelmsford. All right, so the last step now in the process is to select LSF, and again, this is the line item that we put in, where it's, where the ported host, the daemon name, all that's registered. We didn't put much information in other than its restriction is LAN Chelmsford. This is actually a pointer to the license file. If I click on that, I can see the raw FlexLM license key. I'm not going to take the time to do that now, but once you do it, just click on that and it'll show you the actual license key. Here's the path to our license file. And again, if you don't make Internet Explorer a trusted site, this will just say fake path, and it's not going to be too, not going to work. So use the trusted site. Anyway, last step, parse. So these are the 10 features on the license key. There are quantities, expiration dates, and the version numbers. And let's say that we don't need to monitor all 10 to know what LSF utilization is. Let's just monitor LSF base and LSF manager. I don't. These other things might be nice to know. I could select them all if I want, if I can check them all or uncheck them all, but I'll just select these two and submit. I am done. That's all you need to do. From this point on, usage monitoring will start collecting data over on the usage side. And that's it. So after the first cron, the first LM status taken, we'll see some utilization, current checkout status of these two features right here. And they'll show up right here. It might take anywhere from 1 to 30 minutes depending upon what your cron interval is and when the last cron was actually run. But that's it. That's what's involved in putting in a license. Go ahead and try a few yourself if you like, or call us. We'll walk you through the process. I want to thank you for taking the time, and if you need help, contact us at support@tmedia.com, or you can call us at that number there, and thank you very much.